'cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
Hey guys, so this past Tuesday was the premiere of the 4th season of Pretty Little Liars, and the episode was called A is for Alive, or A-L-I-V-E, because the word was hyphenated for some reason. So, remember when I said that finding out Mona was A was the most anticlimactic moment of my life? Well, that was before we found out that a freaking pig was in the trunk of the car. Yeah, I get it. Pig, cop, Wilden, it makes sense. But that doesn't change the fact that we waited 3 months for a pig. 2 seconds into the season and I'm already pissed off. Now Emily, what have I told you about trying to be tough? It doesn't work. It will never work. No one, and I do mean no one, takes you seriously. Especially not Mona. Oh my gosh, I loved that little sit-down scene they had with Mona where she started revealing some stuff. We now know how Shauna and Jenna know each other and that they're afraid of Melissa. We know that Lucas is the one who gave Emily the massage, although that leaves me questioning if he's on the A team, but I'll just accept that for now, one step at a time. We know exactly when Toby joined the A team. We know that Mona is not the person who pushed Ian off the bell tower. We still don't know who did, but much like the Lucas situation, at least we're moving in the right direction. I find it hard to believe that Mona legitimately thought Cece was Allie just because she was on some meds. But whatever, that's what they want to go with, whatever. My point is that finally we are getting somewhere. We are finally getting some answers. Not necessarily the answers we really want, but it's a start. And yes, I do believe that Mona can be trusted. Probably not entirely, just because, I mean, come on. But I do think that she's telling the truth about all that stuff, and I do really think that she is on their side now. And let me just say, this is my favorite Mona, by far. You know, she's not the stupid, snobby fashionista. She's not the crazy psychopath, she's just normal. Way to find a happy medium, girlfriend. And then we find out even more a little bit later. We find out that on the Halloween train, Mona was the Phantom of the Opera with the mask, even though I think we kind of could already assume that anyway, but we find it out for sure that she was, and also that she might be a little lesbianic. We find out that Wilden and Melissa were the ones who tried to kill Arya on the train, and also probably were the ones who killed Garrett. And I put quotes around Melissa because I think there might be a reason why it just so happened to cut off right before we actually saw her face. Maybe not, but it is kind of sketchy. Either way, I could really get used to this getting answers in the first 10 minutes thing. Oh my god, those little girls on the spinny thing with the dolls and the singing. So I'm sure everyone's thinking the same thing at this point, but I definitely think that there's a reason why Allie's mom couldn't come back to Rosewood until after Wilden was dead. I'm also willing to bet that there's a reason why Mona keeps speaking in foreign languages, specifically French. Once again, I could just be reading too much into this like I usually do, but you just never know. So it definitely seems like kisses could very well end up being some kind of a theme this season, with like the kiss prints showing up on the screen when the video cut off, and Hannah's contact name in her mom's phone being Kisses, and like A signing off with Kisses, A on all the messages. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Keep your eyes peeled. Hannah, what in the name of God were you wearing? I don't know what was worse, the awful puke green dress or the way she was wearing her headband. Like, who told you this was cute? Because they lied. ABC family, you got me good. I completely believed that Ezra was about to go to the slammer, and I was not happy about it, so I'm very glad that that was not actually happening. I mean, sure, I don't really care that he's not with Arya anymore, but that doesn't mean I don't still care about him. I still like Ezra. I don't want him to go to jail. Okay, a few things about the scene where Paige convinces Emily to just run away with her to Stanford. Number one, did not appreciate that they used a really good song that I love as the background music. That should have been used in a Caleb scene. Number two, Paige, it's really cute and all, but, you know, Emily can't just decide, you know what, I'm going to Stanford. Like, it's no big thing. Stanford is up there with Harvard, yo. You can't just be good at swimming. You kind of have to be smart, something that Emily certainly is not. Not that I even care if she does go, because as we all know, the less I see of Emily, the better. So, I mean, shoot for the stars, sister friend. I hope it all works out for you. And number three, do you really think that A won't just follow you wherever you go? Face it, you won't ever be completely safe until one of you is dead. That's just how it is. Back to Hannah's stupid headband real quick. I'm pretty sure someone thought the same thing that I did once they saw it on film or something, because if you'll notice, the next time you see her, she's got her hair up and she's got a big black hat on instead. So I guarantee you what happened was they rewatched the scene, they thought, oh my god, who did that to her? Fired the stylist and said, you know what, it's too late to reshoot it, let's just do something else and hopefully no one will notice. Oh, we noticed, but we don't blame you. Something had to be done. Yeah, Mrs. D has officially achieved creeper status. So if one of them finds the casket, why do they need to do an SOS? Why can't the person just get whatever it is and go show it to them? Why overcomplicate anything in your life at this point? Aw, poor Mona, no room for you at the pew. That kind of came off as sarcasm, but I'm being serious. I actually did feel bad for her. Okay, are we going from red coat to black veil? Is that what's happening now? Well, looks like we got a new Wilden in town already. Hopefully this one is less douchey. But probably not. Mona, of all people, you should have expected someone to record you at Wilden's car that night. Like, that should have been your first thought after it happened. I guess once the black hoodie goes, your A senses just go right along with it. So, I'm gonna swallow my pride here and admit that mask does look a lot like Allie. Like, a lot. But still, not enough to be like, oh, that's Allie. And for my favorite line of the episode, it is the morning after Mona does her big reveal of all that stuff, and they wake up in the morning and they're like, oh, where's Mona? And she comes in the door with like the coffee and donuts and everything, and she's like, oh, Em, I borrowed your car. And Emily looks over at the counter and her keys are there, and Mona goes, yeah, I have my own set. Alright guys, that is it for this week's review, so I will see you guys sometime this week for the review of Tuesday's new episode, so I will see you then. And by the way, no one took me up on my offer for making whatever video you guys wanted to see, so I guess this is all you care to see of me. Try to be nice.
'Cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.